As long as Jesus lives in me, I know he got victory. The reason I know he lives, he lives, he lives inside of me.
Inside of me.
See, man, I see it, dog. Shout out to Q. Yeah, man. Listen, today is another episode of Living Life Quartet. I'm Junior, also known as HD.
And I'm Lexus. Listen, this episode is of the Willing Workers of Huntsville, Texas.
Huntsville, Texas.
Listen, we have so many friends out of their group, so many legends and people in that group. So take a look at this video, guys. We hope you enjoy it.
We'll be here when you get back.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in for another episode of Living Life Quartet. We are here with a couple people from the Willing Workers of Huntsville, Texas. Who do we have here with us today?
You got the Reverend Terrence Bell
and Quentin Houston.
Okay, and obviously this is not the entire group. Who are the other members of your group?
We have Roland Lewis, who is our oldest in the group, who's been singing for a long, long time. We got Jarrell Hall, who is our drummer. We also got Quentin Williams, who is our keyboard player. And we have Paul Spivey. Yeah, Paul Spivey, who is our bass player.
Okay, awesome. So we know you guys, from being around here locally, but we're not sure if you guys know exactly or have heard of our new segment called Living Life Quartet. With this segment, we like to offer our local quartet group and national artist opportunity to describe what quartet is to them. So as for the Willing Workers of Huntsville, Texas, who and what makes quartet to you?
What makes quartet to me? It's all about the ministry to me, singing and reaching the people, It's not all just about singing, just for a shape, form, or fashion. It's about being real, and singing to reach somebody. That's what it is to me.
Awesome. So about how long have you guys been singing?
Been singing now 6 years, going on 7. We'll celebrate our 7th anniversary in August.
Oh, awesome. So with you guys being freshly new to the scene, 6 or 7 years, you're really almost babies in the quartet with singing, but I'm pretty sure you guys have all, either sung or played instruments, your entire childhood and adulthood. But with you guys being fresh on the scene, what are some of the things that have helped mold you guys to be as structured as you are now?
I know for me, my Uncle Q, he's been doing this thing for a long time. He's been out here. He's traveled states. He's been in front of people. He's seen contracts. He's done all of that. Mm-hmm. As far as for me, preaching is just what I know. It's just who I am. And to be with a group that has allowed me to be me. Mm-hmm. At first, when I started out with the Willing Workers, I was the drummer. And I kind of, started singing background, and then they kind of threw me out in the front. I don't like the front, but I do it. Mm-hmm. But the thing for me is being with somebody that, when being a preacher, behind the pulpit, the podium setting, but it's a little bit different when you're out in front, just to be able to pull on the people's heart. And so to be with a group that has allowed me to be me, which is really, 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 really helpful.
Well, awesome. I know that you guys, with the group being ensemble, the age range, it ranges from some younger to some older. How do you guys keep that balance of unity within the group, being that you all coming from different backgrounds and are in different age ranges?
If Uncle approve on this, the songs that he has been blessed with, he doesn't write them down. So the Lord will kind of hit him in his dream or whatever, and he'll jump up and he'll call me. Mm-hmm. And so if he always said if he can remember the song, it's meant for us meant to be. Mm-hmm. And so which helps because we got a band that's a predominantly young band, but now with Paul in there, so we kind of have that mix. Now we have that flavor. Mm-hmm. We're balanced. Guys like my Uncle Q, Roland, Paul, guys that have done this quartet thing for a long time, and you take guys like me, Quentin Williams, and Jarrell that haven't. Uh-huh. It kind of bring the old school, we throw in the new school, and we have a good mix. So.
Uh-huh. Well, awesome. So I know with you guys all being men, sometimes the testosterone within the room can, also be a little crazy sometimes. So how do you guys keep your brotherhood strong? Are there any events or activities that you like to partake in?
One thing that we do is I'm really big on prayer. We do pray pretty hard to keep that out. Most people know that it's really hard to keep a quartet group together. When you see people that's been doing it, for 20, 50, 30, however many years, and then we're coming in just approaching year 7, there's always something. The devil's always trying to do something. But one thing that me and my uncle always talk about, we talk every day, we just got to keep him out of here. He God blessed him with a song that said, back Satan. And so we constantly try to keep him out of here. You better leave me alone.
Yeah. And what you saying that, with the devil always being on his job, it's very important that we have to stay on our job. And I would just ask, if you could give any advice to any group or person when in regards to, conflict. Conflict, it comes inside of your group and outside of the group. How would you advise any group or any person to deal with that opposition?
I would tell you, we had our run-ins, we've had our ups, and we definitely had our downs. But, for the most part, man, the Holy Ghost have to be present within your group, within your organization. I learned this just from my few times of being on the road, traveling, listening to different quartet groups, and many of them can probably testify. It's one thing that when you're doing it to entertain people, it's a whole nother thing when it's your lifestyle, it's your ministry. And I tell you what, the devil know what you singing is real and what you singing is fake. And so we definitely try. That's been a prayer for the willing workers. My prayer has always been to let the Holy Ghost hit each and every member of the group to where we just get ugly and who cares what the set is. And I can honestly say, and my uncle can probably testify to this, that in the last few weeks, God has truly transitioned us into a whole nother level in Him. But you constantly have to, times where we ride together, times that we, are enabled to be brothers and love on each other. And don't get me wrong, you're gonna have hard times. But I'm like this: the devil ain't gonna try nothing that ain't got no power.
Amen.
So
let's just get the offering plate. Plate.
Yeah.
Right.
So obviously it's something that intimidates him. But ministry, people think ministry is easy. Ministry is not easy. Ministry is work because you got to pull on people that don't know your God. And the question is, how can you sing about a God that you don't get happy about?
Ooh. You don't even have a relationship with,
Yeah.
And what you saying that, what you guys saying that, even with the oppositions and, the tests and trials that comes with ministry, has there been any other group or person who's took y'all under their wings and mentored you guys?
Oh, man. I can honestly say for me, since I've been here, guys like the Mighty Sincere Voices have truly been, to me, my big brothers. I love them so much. Guys like Daddy Creeks, who we truly miss. I'll never forget the first time he heard me do a slow song. When we first brought out Brand New Home, Welcome to Heaven, he told us at the anniversary, he said, man, I don't care what you do, you sing that song. He said, that's the one. Unc, what about you as far as groups?
Well, my dad, the harmonizers,
Yeah.
Uncle Chuck, they all, encourage us and stuff, to keep pushing on,
Yeah, most definitely.
Because the devil really gets busy when you're touching and reaching somebody. I mean, that's something that he don't want. He don't want you winning no souls. I just wrote a song and we've been doing it quite a bit. My soul belongs to God, And when you reaching somebody out there, he really gets busy. He try to pull on the weakest chain in your group, to break that chain. And once he tug on that chain, he trying to get to the head. And once he get to the head, he done got the body.
That's true.
So we try to stay prayed up, and we respect each other.
Yeah, that's the most part.
And as long as we got God,
we're gonna be
for
all right.
the right reason, only what you do for Christ is gonna last.
Exactly. So when it comes to, the ministry, we know that, ministry, it can be very trying at times. And, once we are so serious, we're serious about our work. When we get on the stage, we're ministering into souls, trying to win souls for Christ. But we know at home, it takes some preparations in order to get there. So we know a lot of times men and women, they aren't able to be corrected or should be trained and brought up in the way they should go. And a lot of times, it's just like being in a group. It's like that mentorship. You have to have people in the group that's willing to tell you when you're wrong,
Yeah.
and people that's going to be there for you to cheer you on when you're right. And so as far as your group, we know that you have some younger fellas and some older fellas who ain't all the way there yet already. None of us are there yet.
Yeah.
So when it comes to correction and things like that, how do you guys go about that? Because a lot of groups lack that.
Yeah.
Well, we have our manager,
Yeah, man.
which is the mother of the group, and she's older than all us. So trust me, when we get out of line,
Miss Veda, right?
that's
Yeah.
right, Miss
Mama-
Veda Buckner.
Mama put us
She's
back
gonna
in.
get us straight
Yeah, she
and put
does.
us right back in line. I don't
She
care
do.
how old you is, if you think you grown or whatever.
Right.
She gonna put you right back in line.
Right.
So I mean, like it's all about the respect of the thing, And like I say, we respect each other, and we voice our opinion. And if I feel like I'm saying something that's not right, my nephew, he gonna be he the preacher anyway. Wait a minute now. He gonna There's a better way. It's a right with a wrong way to do this.
Right.
So it's all about respect, though.
Awesome. And this is gonna be my last question for you guys. If you guys could, take your ministry and impact either just the quartet industry or the gospel industry as a whole, what would it be that you guys would do, to enhance those ministries or to have an impact?
For me, I know the thing that's been in my heart, my vision toward the group is for God to definitely take us to areas that we never discovered. But to just bring, because people when they hear the word quartet, they automatically think some people that ain't really saved, just trying to sing some songs. And so it's trying to change that, and so most people, matter of fact, we were just talking about this the other day. Most people, when you go to musicals, I heard somebody say one time, and it disturbed my spirit. They say people don't get saved at a musical. I beg to differ. The past couple weeks, we've had revival right there in the middle of a musical. And so that's my expectation. I expect God to do some things when we get up. And it's not just for us, but for any group. And so we're big. One thing about the Willing Workers, I can honestly say, man, we'll stand there. We'll support every group that comes out, every group that hit the stage. We're going to jump with you. We're going to rock with you. And that's because, we just love people and we love God. There's not a certain amount of money you got to put in our hand for us to be available. The name speak for itself. We willing to work. And we willing to come and we willing to serve. And that's just who we are.
Awesome. Do you have anything that you would like to say?
Like nephew just summed it all up.
Awesome. Did you have a question, Junior? All righty. Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
This is our segment of Living Life Quartet with the Willing Workers. If anybody would like to book you guys, how can they reach out to you guys?
They can look us up. We have a Facebook page, the Willing Workers of Huntsville, and I'm sure everybody knows Mama Veda. They can definitely get in contact with her and hit us up on one of our pages.
And you can reach Mama Veda at 936-661-1692.
All righty. Well, thank you so much, and that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Your
Side of me.
Clap your hands if you still got joy.
Side of me.
Clap your hands if you still got
Side
joy.
of me.
Clap your hands if you still got
Side
joy.
of me.
Listen, I hope y'all enjoyed that. Them my boys, them my
As
people.
long as you.
Live in me.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Ooh, ooh. Come on, Quentin. Listen, dog. Hey, them my boys, man. Listen. Hope y'all enjoy that. Look, if y'all don't know the Willing Works, look them up. They have a bunch of videos out. Them my boys and my people.
Shout out to Sandra Robinson. She's been
Shout out to my mama.
a
Go to
lot of
Sandra
these
Robinson.
videos.
If you want to know any singers, any group, this region, Texas region.
She probably got pictures of you and videos of you in your diaper on there singing.
Not a type.
She been doing it.
But
for
yeah,
a
if
long
you ever want to know this region, I know because this is gonna reach past Texas. So just y'all go to Sandra Robinson page. Y'all go look up all them songs. It's crazy, man. The guys doing great things.
Hey, like, share, subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe. Woo!
Like, share, subscribe.
Like it, share, and subscribe. We good.